I started a series of videos to show you how to write a script in EViews, or how to write a program where you place all your commands, all the steps you've done in EViews in one place. So you save this and you can come back to this at another time to edit and work with the same program. So in the previous video, I showed you how to change the work directory using the command cd, and then type the location or where you want EViews to work, in which folder in your computer. Just you place this between two quotation marks, and as you can see in red. And also I showed you how to import data using the command wf open or work file open, and you can name the work file between bracket here. You can see wf equal week 1, so I'll just give it name week 1, and then I put the name of the file, the Excel file I want to upload, which contain the data I want to upload into EViews. In this video I'll show you how to deal with graphs. In this video I'll show you some commands related to dealing with graphs. Basically, now we have our time series data set. We have 4 variables here, one of which, let's say GDB, and let's say I want to graph GDB. One way to do this is to open the object GDB, and then from view go to graph, and then you click OK, so you see GDB. But this is not the way we do this when we write a script. We want to actually keep this as one line in our script or our program. So what we're gonna do now, let's say we going to ask EViews to plot GDB series as a graph. So the command for this is graph, and you need to give your graph a name. So I will call it gr1. So just to name the graph. So graph is the command, gr is just a name, so you can give it any name, and then space, and you type the name of the series or the object that you want to graph, so which is GDB here. Okay, so if you run the program, if you click run here, so it will run the whole program again. We don't want really to run the all the program, all the steps. We don't want to redo all the steps again. All what we want to do here is to do this to implement this this line only. So what we're going to do now, which is something new now, we learn about how to deal with scripts in EViews. You need just to highlight this line, right click, and then you can choose run selected. So again, because I don't want to run the whole script again, all what I want to do is to run this line. So I'm highlighting this line now and right click, and then run selected. And now you'll see it created a new object here called gr1. Remember, gr1 is the name of the graph. This is the name I have given to my graph. And if you double click on graph, it will open the graph here, so you can see the graph. So this is one thing. The other thing is that now, what if I want to save this? Now it is saved as an object in EViews, but what if I want to save this as an image, so I can include it in a report, let's say in a Word document? So the command for this is to say gr1, which is the name of your graph, which we just created. Now this is an object here called gr1, and dot save. So we ask EViews to save this. So gr1 is the name of the graph, as you can see, and then dot save as one word. Now then you open bracket, so we carry on with the same command now. So when you open bracket, you must tell EViews what type of image you want to save. So the command for this is t, mean from type equal, so the type equal png, which is the extension of the image I want. So so gr1 is the name of the object which I created earlier here from this step here. Okay, so now we created gr1. This is the graph, as you can see. Now all what I want to do is to save this graph in an image format, so I can use it in a report, or I can include it in a Word document. So the command for this, I just use the name of the object that I want to save as an image, which is gr1 dot save, and then bracket, and then t, which type equal png. So I told EViews now what type of images I want. One more thing you need to add, which is you need to give your graph a name. So I will call it GDP graph. So I just called it GDP graph. Okay, so now we need to run this line. So remember, we don't have to run this line. We don't need to run the whole program again. All what we need to do is to run this line only by highlighting this line and by going here, run select. Now it created an image, and this image will be located where the work directory is. So as you can see, this is GDB graph here. So okay, so again, it's very easy. Then you first need to graph it. So, and when you graph it, it actually save an object here. It creates a new object, it creates a new object in EViews, and then you can save this as a PNG. Let's do the same thing with, let's say I want to see, to create another graph for investment. So let me say graph. Okay, so again, the same command for creating a graph object. Let's give it a name. So let's say I'm gonna call it graph2 or gr2. Okay, this is just a name. You can give it any name you want. And then the other series I want to graph is investment. So NINV. So again, all what I need to do is to highlight this and run selected. Now we have another series of investment. So this is the other object here, gr2, which plots the investment series. So again, I can save this. So now with me, so now it's very easy now. So it's gr2. So I'm asking EViews to save this second object, which is this second graph, which is I named it gr2 dot save. And then remember what we need to do. We need to tell EViews what type of image we want. So type equal PNG, and don't forget to name your graph. So INV, I'll call it INV graph, for example. Just give it any name. So all what I want to do now is to highlight this line and run selected, and I go back here. You will see this is investment graph. Okay, create a scatter plot of two series. All what you need to do is to type scat and then put the two series together here, and then you run this. You will see you have a scatter plot of investment and GDP. What if I want to show or to display one of the graphs again? Okay, so the command for this is to show. Let's say I wanna display GDP series again. So it's GDP. Sorry, it was graph gr1. So let's display gr1. This is the name of the this series of this object. Again, it shows this here, as you can see. Okay, so this video was just to show you a few commands that you need when dealing with graphs and EViews. So the first command is graph, and then you give your graph a name, and then you type the series that you want to graph. You can save this as PNG or as an image by just typing the object, which is gr1. This is the graph dot save, and then bracket t equals, so type equal PNG is the image, and then give your graph a name. If you want to have a scatter plot of two series, then scat is from scatter. So and then you add the two series, and then that will plot the scatter plot. If you want to show or display one of the graphs that you already saved as an object here, gr1 for example, all what you need to do is just to type show gr1.